one just landed on me. And it's off. I'm taking this video mostly because people have wondered if it upsets the bees for us to get into their hive, and they're mostly just not really paying attention, or I think particularly able to comprehend what's happening. Ooh, a lot of capped drone brood there, yeah.
That's all drone brood.
Yeah, the fact that it's sticking out so much means that they've made extra room for the drones. Let me focus better there.
Some capped honey on the top.
Yep, so those are the larvae in there that aren't capped yet. And then they like to put honey at the top. I don't see a lot of bee bread, actually. Usually there's bee bread too. Oh yeah, that's capped honey over there. And as long as you put this back in slowly and don't squish anybody, they are just happy as clams. I feel like that's the kind of thing that someone says just before the video goes terribly wrong.
Yeah, well, I'd like to find some worker brood just to... Are you a little upset with me?
Occasionally one flies over and kind of buzzes. We haven't really worked out if they're angry or if they're just kind of on their way somewhere and confused. But mostly they just ignore us. You can shove them out of the way with your hive tool.
Let me see if I can look down in there.
They're really not too annoyed about it. I used to feel worried about nudging them, but you can see they're used to not really having any personal space.
Can I see?
Yep.
That's one of the foundation frames. Well, I see some worker brood in there, so I think we're all right. All right.
He's checking that there's worker brood because if they're only making drones, which are these huge guys, those are the males and they're produced asexually. So it can be a sign that something is going wrong and the queen is not able to produce new workers if she's just making drones. That's happening to one of the hives at Google right now.
Well, I think that's a laying worker.
Yeah. Woo, you all right?
Yep.
I forgot to keep my hand up here too. Yeah, one of the hives at work lost its queen, and there's no worker brood at all, just drone brood, which probably means that one of the workers has become sexually fertile, which can happen when there's no queen around. The queen produces a hormone, I guess, that she secretes all over the hive that prevents that from happening.
Now thought to be the brood itself.
The brood itself does it?
Yeah, it's something about the presence of brood.
Oh, interesting. I assume they can smell or whatever, something about the gender ratio of the brood, if nothing else, because I don't know how else they figure out what percentage of drones or workers to make. Although I guess maybe the queen just has an internal sense of that.
It's hard to say.
Over here, they are trying to make new... Oh, I lost it. Starting to make new stuff. There's a lot of activity at my feet because they were crawling over the top. That's sort of the ceiling of the hive, and they're still hanging out there.
All right. Well, I'm going to pull this.
All right. We just added 4 new frames so they can make new stuff. Let's see if I can get a... Yeah! There they go. That's a brand new comb over there. And Justin recently opened this second entrance over here, but they're not using it, and he's about to open this entrance. Ooh, I'm all focused funny. So they'll have more ways out of the hive. All right, shall I open this back, close this back up, or? Okay,
So.
Cool. We are done. Bye, bees. See you next week.